Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Williams Fitness, back again with another video. So, we have got an update on the Shawn Rhoden case. Now obviously his mugshot's been released, it's been doing the rounds throughout the night. I think it was mainly released by TMZ, who sourced it from his court files. However, there is an update on this. So the update is Shawn is scheduled for a court conference meeting this coming Monday. This can mean one of a few things. So on the 29th, what can happen is it could be a scheduling conference, which basically means it'll be the first of a number of court dates, which may be for the trial for his domestic case. So what happens is they go to this meeting and they basically break down when they're next back in court, what they need, etc. But it could also mean a number of other things. Now, scheduling a court conference could mean that he has to meet the accuser. If that's the case, it's called a pre-trial conference meeting, which is conducted prior to trial. The conference is held before the trial judge or magistrate, a judicial officer who possesses fewer judicial powers than a judge. A pre-trial conference may be requested by a party to a case, or it may be ordered by the court. And it could be a conference hearing, which is held prior to a trial. At this hearing, the defendant is required to appear in court to advise the judge whether or not they are ready for trial. So it could mean a few things. It could mean that it could just be going into court Monday. They're going to lay out some sort of timeline over the next few months to obviously get this the ball rolling with this. Obviously, the prosecution think they've got enough evidence going forward. However, the bail was dropped by $500,000. So whether that's the case or not, I don't know. Bear in mind, Shawn didn't actually go to the jail until Tuesday. He was pleading to get the bail reduced beforehand. He hasn't been in prison over the last week. He was out plea bargaining with his lawyer to get the bail reduced, so when he did go in, they could post bail and get him straight back out again. We have got hold of his mugshot. Like I said, that has been doing the rounds. You might have seen it already, you might not. So what do you guys think going forward? I mean, to me, this sounds pretty good in the way that it's the ball's rolling really quickly with this. Now, whether it gets out of control or not, I don't know. I personally think this is a very positive thing going forward. It seems like they want to get this through the judicial system and straight back out. Whether or not his accuser will be there or not is a whole other subject. It is doing the rounds that obviously everybody by now knows her name. I think it's only fair that if you are going to make these statements, and obviously, especially with somebody so huge in the limelight for our industry, that her name does need to be out there. So, I want to know your thoughts, guys. Do you think this is a good thing that he's getting pushed through quickly? Do you think that Laurie Chriselle Hymas, that's his accuser, by the way, needs to be put on these lie detector tests? Because that was another thing that was frustrating me. And some people pulled me up on this in the comments, saying, okay, they put him on a lie detector test. Why didn't they put her through them? And that might have been the case. It's just that we didn't get that information. I hope they have. But I think the problem is we live in such a politically correct world right now that if someone says me too, they kind of go with it straight away rather than questioning if she has any motives herself. What can she gain from this? And again, I'm not like victim bashing, but Shawn's got everything to lose. She's got everything to gain. Now, she has got a long history of fraudulent offences. Whether she's been convicted of these, I'm unsure. Again, I'm not trying to victim bash, but when you look at somebody's character and their background is so sketchy and so many holes in everything that they've done over the past few years, so many claims and allegations of fraud against her, when something like this comes to light, the problem is you've got a cried wolf moment. And the reason I'm saying it like that is if you cry wolf too many times and then a wolf actually comes, do you know what I mean? People won't believe you. So if you've committed so many fraudulent offences, that will go against her in court, regardless if she's been convicted or not. It goes against her character. So as a person, she is fraudulent. But again, we still don't know. Obviously, everybody's jumping up for Shawn and defending Shawn, which is great. But it could turn out that there is more evidence. We don't know. I'm presuming at this point there isn't. I am happy that Shawn is pleading not guilty, and he has been very forceful with this. I'm really happy that there's a court case coming on Monday, and hopefully this will shed a bit more light on what's going to happen going forward. I sincerely hope that she has taken a lie detector test and the eye detect, which is some sort of new system which is supposed to be more advanced than the standard lie detector, which just goes off heart rate. What do you guys think, though? Honestly, I mean, this is snowballing. It's sort of absolutely ruined the Olympia this year, regardless of who people think may or may not be coming back. We all wanted to see Shawn back on stage. I think that's a fact. No one's ever been banned from the Mr. Olympia before, ever. I know Lee Priest fell out with, the IFB Pro and these kind of things, but he was never actually banned on paper and so publicly from competing, especially at the stage like the Olympia. So, what do you guys think? Do you think this will get squashed this year? Do you think, what scheduling conference do you think is actually going to happen on Monday? Do you think he's going to be able to meet with the accuser? Because basically all I've done, and I'll be very, very honest and humble about it, I've basically Googled scheduling a court conference with regards to obviously being in the States, and there's a number of different things that can happen. I'm pretty much going on the fact that it might be just a case of laying out the process for Shawn and his attorneys, and the same for the accuser and the prosecution, so they can work out where they need evidence for and be submitted by. Obviously, I'm presuming that there's going to be some text messages going back and forth or some DMs between Chriselle and Shawn. Otherwise, that meeting would never have happened. She didn't just find out what room he was on, knock on, and he just went up to her and kissed her. There would have been a lot of communication going back and forth, if not for months, weeks, days, whatever. So let's hope this just turns out a case of, in quotes, bigamy, that he just, had a wobble of the legs, and, it was some silly little affair he thought no one would find out about. Little did he know, if he typed a name in Google, do you know what I mean? Do a background check. So, on that note, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I think I've waffled on for long enough. But I just want to know your guys' opinions. Any of you guys in the States, if you want to break this down to me, if you've been through this system, you've had a scheduled court conference, if you want to drop a comment below, you don't have to tell us what you did. Or if you know what it is, let me know, or let me know what you think. I've been Williams Fitness. You've been you. Peace.
Come on, Shawn. Real quick,